The PM has discarded telephone call for her to abandon above her processing of Brexit. Proverb it is no question on myself. Theresa May was reply to Tory Brexiter Andrea Jenkins, who told she had unsuccessful to supply on her promises on Brexit and had lose social confidence. Telephone call include been increasing for her to be half an output day and after Tory MPs will encounter talk her next. But the PM's representative told Mrs May had already pledged to keep following supplying the at first phase of Brexit. She would do way for a new lead following how, a lavish and brave propose, the representative told. In March, Mrs May incorporated to stay downward if and while Parliament ratified her Brexit departure treaty, but she has not done it precise how length she intends to remain if no transactions is achieved. At Main Secretary's questions, Mrs May told she was really disappointed how so lot councillors, 1,300 in reality, lose their seats. But she said Ms Jenkins the solution to the Brexit meltdown was no question on me or her, and if it was up to the Main Secretary, the UK would include already leftward the EU. Lot of the wrath in the Parliament side is focus on Mrs May's efforts to discover a Brexit trade-off in Labour. A move she took following her transactions in the EU was efficaciously discarded by MPs 3 times. Several wish her to be half a company retired day following the Europe polls. Among unverified print accountable she could be requested to abandon as Tory lead but stay as Main Secretary for 6 weeks or so time a heir is selected. The 1922 Board of Tory MPs, unselected flesh of MPs that represents backbenchers and oversees management contests, is anticipated to urge for more clearness on the PM's intentions while it meets at 16 o'clock BST. Its president, Sir Graham Brady, met Mrs May on Tuesday to lift MPs' concerns. Eurosceptic prudent MP Peter Ivory told this most of Tory MPs recognise she is necessary to go and as necessary to go quickly. Addition, we're all wait for an ad. One of the key sticking out points, our policy text editor says, has been how no of those who wish to get above of Mrs May are acute to do it now, and get on her Brexit struggles, but if who decides they are readily to do how, things could changing rapidly. Several Conservative Party believe she should be permitted to remain before the fall, if required, to supply the UK's output of the EU. Mel Stepp, Finance Secretariat to the Exchequer, told he did not believe there was the order period to changing leaders. Discussions in Labour could yet give away striker, he told, though as still, the negotiations include not transferred harvest. The UK had been due to keep the EU on March 29, but the last date was spurred behind to October 31 following Parliament was incapable to accept a way striker. No trust voice of Tory MPs, Theresa May won a management voting by 200 to 117 votes on December 12, 2018. By present side rules, down there can't be else voice for a future year so the PM is formally secure before December 12 the year. Lot MPs wish to changing the rules to enable an over competition but the would requirement to be coordinated by the 1922 board. No trust voice in Parliament, the PM would include to abandon if she lose a trust voice in Parliament. Labour tested the manoeuvre in December but Tory MPs and their DUP allies supported the PM. Might several Tories now conceal their supporting if they believe it will porter in a new lead, quite rather than a general poll? Local Tory uprising. Regional prudent associations appear to be Labour versus the PM, in one, Colwood southward, already fleeting a movement of no trust in her. The Domestic Prudent Convention's voice on June 15 is non-binding, although, so the PM could disregard it. Office uprising, Margaret Thatcher abandoned in 1990 following a quantity of ministers said her it was period to go. Could story reiterate by itself? Down there has been no mark of how so far an associate who wished to prosper her, and down there are lot, may not wish to be seen to be the ones owning the blade or to hazard endowing their own careers.